Welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll be talking about the connection between your mindset and your mental health. So if you're interested in that, definitely stick around. All right, welcome back everyone. So this one's gonna be an important one as well, right? Because, we hear so many different words to represent different things. So we wanna just get the baseline understanding of all these things so that way when you hear it, and it can resonate within you for what it actually is, right? So mindset is the way you think about things, right? Okay, I'm looking at the camera. What are my thoughts on it? Oh, it's high tech. Oh, it takes really good quality pictures. Oh, whatever thoughts I have about it, right? And so this is what happens with you throughout your day. You have thoughts about things that are all around you. Your stuff, you have thoughts about it. And guess what? Some of those thoughts, you take actions on it. So if you see something in somewhere where you think it's misplaced, you will take an action, you'll move your physical body, move it around, and then eventually you'll have good thoughts about it, and then you'll appreciate it, etc., etc. So this happens throughout our whole days, and we're essentially having a domino effect of sorts that eventually dictate our life, right? So first we start off with a thought. What thoughts are we having? We have roughly anywhere between 50 to 60,000 thoughts per day, right? So you're having these thoughts, and of these thoughts, you decide eventually on some of them, and you take actions on them, right? So you're actually doing it for example, with your diet or your health. Maybe you're just getting junk food all the time. You're eating junk food, so that could be a really bad action, but you're doing it because, again, you have a reward aspect to it. Anyways, you do the action for a long period of time, and that becomes a behavior, right? So this is something that you do every single day, or you do it at a frequency that exists, that your body remembers. And then eventually that behavior, if you do it long enough, it becomes a habit, something that you do automatic without even thinking about it. Which is why a lot of you, sometimes you'll be like, why did I just eat all of this? Like, you just subconsciously know to order the junk food or go to make the junk food and eat it, and then eventually you get into a realization after the honeymoon phase of that high goes over. You realize, okay, why am I doing any of this? Which is the biggest issue, right? So it becomes a habit. Once it becomes a habit, it then over time you just keep doing it, and it's just so difficult for you to stop it that you're like, this is just who I am. This is my personality, right? This is just, I'm genetically wired or predisposed to this. So then you start thinking about that more and more, right? So you're actually strengthening those thoughts more and more, that thought stack that eventually makes you do all of that. And then, of course, it happens over a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, and it becomes part of your lifestyle. It is your lifestyle now, right? This is what you do, which is why these types of metabolic disorders and the chronic diseases, essentially, they last forever because you've essentially created a space for it within yourself for it to last forever. If it's not an acute problem where you just got shot in the leg or someone just bit you, like something that you need to go to the emergency for, majority of the diseases are chronic. And they're chronic because, whatever the system is right now, the way they're managing it, and plus the way you're managing it, again, you need to control your life, right? So no one else can sort of control that for you. You need to control it. And the point of this is that, okay, that's your aspect of it. What is your mindset towards it? And what ends up happening is that whenever your mindset gets into a pathological pattern state, or you're just thinking about negative stuff all the time and it's manifesting as well, your mental health actually gets messed up, right? So your mental health is just established what that is. Essentially, the way you think about things, is it in a positive way or a negative way? And that's what your mental health is. So your mindset is that, you actually thinking about it and taking action, etc. Your mental health is that what is the state of it? Okay, so if you're in a mindset of growth, mindset of positivity, mindset of just servitude, then you will have a positive mental health, right? I don't know that many miserable people that are super healthful and whatnot. And technically it could be in a way where they're compensating for being messed up in the head, so they want to contribute back to society, which makes perfect sense. It's an amazing sublimation. But the point is, your mental health is pretty much dictated by what your mindset is. If your mindset is a positive mindset, your mental health more than likely will always, even though you will have days that are just natural where you'll have a bad day, but you'll be able to shift your mindset back into the correct orientation, right? Think of it as almost like a magnet. Which pole are you going into? And that's the way it is. So your mindset really dictates your mental health. So it's really critical that you understand how to actually develop your mindset. And there's so many tools and techniques and strategies and courses. Just there's a lot of things out there to help you understand this. But then again, with our core M3, we try to make it super duper simple for everyone to just understand and just apply and just move on, right? We don't want to be stuck on this because there's so many amazing things to do in the world. Just thinking about your health could be amazing, to be honest. It has been amazing for me. But if you want to just, get that fixed, get that understanding, awareness to just apply it and move on, be my guest, right? So that we break that down in core. The elemental cores are going to be the rest ritual and the rise ritual. How are you actually going to sleep? What are you doing while you're sleeping, right? What the few minutes or 30 minutes or half an hour before you go to sleep to when you're actually sleeping throughout the whole night, and that's going to be your rest ritual. And then when you wake up to, obviously when you go back to sleep, what does your rise ritual look like? How are you rising through the day and then eventually, plateauing off and having a great night at the rest ritual? And so that's going to be critical, and I made a ton of videos about this, so I would like you to go ahead and look through the playlist or look through my videos and find these if that interests you, that you need to know right now. But in the context of this video, let's just remember why we're talking about this. Your mindset dictates your mental health, and your mental health is just your overall being of your mind, your psychology, your behaviors and whatnot. And so if you want to go ahead and tweak your mental health, if you feel like you're under the weather, you feel like you're depressed, or some sort of issue that's psychology or psychiatry related, I would recommend just reassessing your mindset. Maybe look into the rest ritual, the rise ritual, and I feel like you might have a new appreciation for your mental health as well. All right, with that being said, guys, hopefully it made sense to you. I really do think that you would benefit if you watch more of these. So go ahead and hit that like button, letting me know you liked the video. If you did not like the video, go ahead and dislike the video, letting me know why you disliked the video on the comments below. And of course, go ahead and hit subscribe. It lets me know that you are going to subscribe to my channel, so I know what kind of content I should be creating for you. Of course, as always, go ahead and hit the notification bell. It lets you know when the next video will pop off. And as always, hopefully every one of you are having an amazing day. Things I tell you make sense to you. If not, of course, let's have a discussion. But take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.